You know, if this is going to be a testimonial, then it's good. But I think it's important because, you know, I have a good relationship with you guys, and you know, I've gotten to spend a lot of time with you and your son, and I think this is important for him to hear as well as the rest of your family. So as I was trying to think about what I would say about Pat, and the things I started coming up with, the thought came to my mind. I go, you know, all the things that are hitting me are things I wish somebody would say about me whenever I move on to retirement, move on to something else.
So we got a list.
I know what you guys are going to say. But I would say, but the second part of this, I came to realize, I got a lot of work to do. Because there is no way I could ever approach the things, you know, that people are going to say today and the future about Pat, and I just wanted to say a few of them today. Part of this is, you know, we talked about, you know, when we first found out about what was going on, and I came up with the concept, I said, I'm not worried about Pat because he's Husker tough. And I watched a lot of the things going on, and this weekend it really hit a mark with me as I was watching people kneel, you know, for reasons that they felt were important. And I go, the thing I'll tell you about Pat is, and this is what Husker tough is, they never take a knee. They never ever take a knee, no matter what it is, what are the circumstances. The crops are failing, the cows are out of the barn, mom's sick, dad's sick, stuff's got to be done. It doesn't matter. They get at it and they grind and they grind and they grind and they get after it. That's Husker tough. And all they hope for in the end is God's good grace and the fact there's a barbecue at the end of the week with perhaps some beers involved in it. That is Husker tough. I mean, you're talking about a guy, if you don't know, his examples of this is, you know, when he's trying to make money to pay for his Dairy Queen or for college, sloshing around in rubber boots, walking around in something that would assemble a part of an animal that none of us would ever recognize. That's what he did, because that's what Pat does. He's just Husker tough when he goes through it. When he wanted to play football and he goes out there, if you haven't noticed about Pat, he's not the biggest guy you'll ever find. He's certainly not the fastest. Probably not the strongest either. But when the coach says, yep, I need you to go in, there's Pat, right? What am I going to do? I'm going to sit there, I'm going to bend over, I'm going to put my hand in the ground, and the other hand on the ball. I'm going to put somebody put their hands between my legs, and I'm going to try and stick my pads underneath that 275-pound guy in front of me, and just keep this play going. That's Husker tough. I go, when you throw them in the Air Force and they decide they're going to throw them in the most coldest, miserable place on the planet that you're going to go work at. People are going to tell you you're going to sit alert hours after day. You're going to get tested constantly, told how worthless you are. Sit in the back and shut up. That's just from the pilots. And being able to hack the mission and get it done every single day and not complain. And just the more crappier it gets, the more funnier it gets. And that's how you get through it. That's Husker tough. And then you come to our environment where, you know, you work where we're at. And every day you're out there working hard to work hard, as Sebi would say, as our boss would say. And you get in there, and every time you turn around, you're getting kicked into C.A. Jones, just trying to make it work. And all of us, to a man, have agitations, and people are agitated, and people dislike us, and people are talking bad about us. I've never heard anybody ever say, in that environment, say a bad word about Pat, ever. He's the only person I know that under those circumstances, no matter what's going on, has the humility, is grounded, has the respect for everybody he works with, that nobody ever gets upset with him. And I don't know how it's possible that anybody could get absolutely through that. And now we come to the last thing where God says, hey, we're going to throw a little more on you, right? So he throws another challenge on him. And this is a man I know who will get through anything because he's spiritually grounded. I know we go to soccer tournaments, and you know I'm sleeping in trying to figure out where we're going to have breakfast, and he's trying to figure out where he's going to go to mass that day. Every time, that's just the way he's grounded, and that's just the way he's built. And here's a man that, with the dignity that he has gone through, the poking and the prodding and the challenges with this are just absolutely amazing. He has more grace and more ability to deal with this and a better attitude dealing with cancer than I do with people in traffic on Highway 98. It's absolutely amazing. It's for all those reasons, Pat, if you look at me, that I would take a team of Pats. If I could have a team of Pats, I think I could conquer the planet. Now, I would like a little more speed to whiteout. I'm just gonna say. So, I hope that has some meaning to you.
Yes, it does. Thank you, Vic.
And God bless you, and you know, we're behind you the entire way.